Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is Sunday, and Sundays we do top-down analysis and give buyers on what to expect in the market. Today I have few pairs that I'll be running top-down analysis on, right? Stay with us at the end of this video, because at the end of this video you will get value and also maximize your chance of winning in the market. Without wasting time, let's begin. Today we are starting with USD JPY, and USD JPY. In my previous video, I explained all the reasons we should be expecting this gap to be filled. And looking at this right now, we can see that USD JPY is in a very bullish momentum, and but all of a sudden the market started retracing to the move downside. Then what is causing this move to the downside? It is this open gap, because this is abnormal in the market. For a trend to be healthy, we're supposed to be seeing that fill and what continuation. But in this place, we saw this open price, right? And we explained all the reasons market needs to come and fill this price before another continuation to the down upside. So with that, having that in mind, we started looking for sales opportunity. As a matter of fact, I talked about USD JPY when the market was at this particular place, explaining all the reasons the market needed to come to this other block at this particular place before continuation to the downside, and the market did exactly what we analyzed. And I spoke about this market when it was at this particular place, explaining all the reasons we should be expecting this pull to the upside, taking out this particular liquidity before continuation to the downside. Let's look at it. And that was exactly what the market did, because we spoke about that when the market was at this particular place, explaining all the reasons this liquidity needed to be taken out, and market did exactly like that, giving us this wonderful 4-to-1 risk, 3-to-1 risk reward trade that we caught here on Thursday. And currently we should be expecting USD JPY to continue selling to the downside. By the way, in each of the pairs that I'll be running top analysis on, I will be explaining how we caught each trade before giving us what to expect, because from it you can learn something. So without wasting time, let's continue. So now that we are seeing this right now, what are we expecting in this new trading week? Now, coming to USD JPY, let's go to 4 hours. On 4 hours right now, we have a very good order block at this particular place, and with a fair value gap. If you have been on this channel for some time, fair value gap makes every order block very, very strong. So what are we expecting? Let's continue moving to the lower time frame. Now, on this lower time frame, we have not seen any sweep of liquidity at this particular place. So what are we expecting? Okay, fine. Okay, let's take note of this. We have another order block here. Okay, I'm gonna treat this as one here. Okay, we have another order block at this particular place. So what are we going to do? We have two valid order block here. One is this one, is on 4 hours. One is one on 1 hour. But there is something I want us to take note of in this situation. In this situation, this order block here, this 4 hours order block, swept this particular high, making this order block to be very, very, very strong, right? Because it took out this high, and market went down, leaving this particular order here. This is now giving us a very good confluence that this order block is going to hold. And remember, we are still expecting this market to move to the downside, at least come to this place to tap inside this particular gap left. So having this strong order block, what do we do? Let's still go to 30 minutes to see. Now, in this situation, no liquidity has been swept. If you're new in this channel, please have this in mind. Whenever the market is moving to the downside and created a high, broke a structure without this high taking any liquidity, market will always go to run that to take it out before continuation to the downside. Then in this situation right now, there is no liquidity taken, and we have immediate order block and another order block called extreme order block. So what do we do in this particular situation? So that's when you bring the rule of trading is reactive and not predictive, right? Now, since we have this, what do? We have to wait for market to give us that change of trend, right? Or give us that sweep of liquidity before we start taking the market to the downside. Once the market open, we should be expecting that sweep of liquidity or change of trend before we start looking for any set to the downside at this particular place. And if market decides to move up higher, we should be expecting this market to start coming down at this particular place, because this gap needs to be what? Filled. So in this situation, I will have my first order at this particular place, putting my stop loss just above this particular what? High. My first take profit should be what? This 3-to-1 risk reward below this low. My second take profit will be what? This particular what? Low, because we're expecting the market to take out that particular low and come inside this particular gap. Then my second entry is going to come at this particular place, because once market comes to this zone, definitely it will start what? Selling. My first take profit should be 3-to-1 risk reward here, right? Second one should be this low, and third one should be what? At this particular place. These are the two setups that I'm waiting for in USD JPY, but I strongly doubt that market is going to come to this particular place. Why? This high swept this liquidity, and secondly, this order block is only visible on 1 hour, but on 4 hours it has been mitigated. It is invalid on 4 hours. It is invalid on 4 hours. It's only on my, I'm not going to be talking about invalid and invalid break of structure here. I think we discussed that in one of my mentorship programs. So, but on 4 hours here, this order block is invalid, but on 1 hour, it is valid. So what do? Wait for change of trend here. If this market did not start coming down from here, after giving us sweep of liquidity or change of trend, then wait for it at this particular place. So these are the two setups that I have on USD JPY. And remember, trading is reactive and not predictive. I have another setup on GBP USD. Now, on GBP USD, in my previous video, I explained all the reasons why the market needed to start coming down from here. When the market was here, explaining the reasons why this liquidity needs to be taken out, right? And market took it out, tapped here, started coming down. I explained all the reasons why the market needs to come down from here when the market was at this particular place, and market continued doing exactly as what predicted and analyzed. Now, giving us this beautiful break of structure. So when we see break of structure, what do we expect? Now remember, whenever market is coming to the downside, right, and started creating this little pullback, this unhealthy pullback, whenever market wants to go and retrace to take out highs, right? It doesn't take 1, 2, or 3. When you see the retracement to be like this, it's always good to take all of them, coming to order block or fair value gap before continuation to the downside. And that was exactly what happened. When you look at this right now, you will discover that when the market was coming down, it was just giving choppy pullback till now that it wanted to have a very good pullback. It took out these highs, right? And in my previous video, I explained all the reasons why we should be expecting the market to, expecting us to sell at this particular place because of this order block. And I explained that you should wait for that change of trend at this particular place. Without seeing it, wait for the market at this particular place, right? Because once market breaks this particular order block, it will now go to run out all these highs created during the down today, during the movement to the downside. And that was exactly what the market did, taking out these highs, tapping into this wonderful order block before this move to the downside. And remember, last week, in my previous video, I explained why you shouldn't be greedy in the market. This market had already given us this beautiful 3-to-1 risk-reward trade, and we have closed this market, and we are now looking for another opportunity in this market. So what do we do? Then remember, this market has given us a break of structure, right? Which means this market is still going to move to the downside. And looking at this particular place, you can see that this market right now closed just below. Let me zoom it very well. Just below this low. So this is a valued break of structure. And despite the high that created that did not sweep any liquidity, but we are coming to that. So let me clear the charts a little to be more clean. So right now, what are we expecting? Now, when we go to lower time frame, you will see that the market has changed from creating higher highs and higher lows to now creating what? Lower lows and lower highs. So what do we do? Now, looking at it right now, we already have a liquidity that needs to be taken out from what we are seeing. If you're new in this channel, remember, whenever market is coming down, after creating a low without sweeping any liquidity, it will now go to induce every high internally before continuation to the downside. And that's exactly what we are seeing now. Now we have this high here that is yet to be taken out. So I'm going to mark it as my liquidity. And above it, we have a very good order block here that we could also use as what? As price magnets. So in this situation, what are we expecting? We're expecting this market to take out this liquidity. Let's go to 30 minutes to see. Let's go to 15 minutes here to be more clear. Yes. So why am I taking this as liquidity that will be taken out? Now, I want you to look at something. We never wanted this particular market to go below this, right? And markets went below, this particular one. And what happened? Markets went below it here with just few pips. Let me zoom it for so that we see with this, right? Then when we saw this, that was when we made our entry at this particular place, which I'm not going to be talking about the entry model here because I do that in my private mentorship class or program. Now, since the time we saw this, we were expecting this to happen to give us this pull again, but some of my students caught this particular move to the downside, and I'm not gonna be talking much about it. So what are we expecting now? Since we have this and we have a price magnet at this particular place, what do we do? Then let's go to 1 hour to see. Okay, that other block is on 1 hour. So what do? We wait for market to come to that particular place, and you put your stop loss above this other block. Why? Why not this one instead of this one? When you do something like this, market could easily go run it out before continuation to the downside because of what? This is the first move that broke this structure to the downside. This low did not sweep, this high did not sweep any liquidity. So we could see markets, right, playing like this, going to this particular place before continuation to the downside. So that's why you have to put your stop loss above this structure. The first take profit should be here, right? This low. Second take profit should be here, this low. Then third take profit should be what? Here. Why are we not moving it below this particular low? Why are we not moving it below this why are we not targeting this low? We are not targeting this low because of what? There we have a very strong order block. So it will be risky to trying to take out this other block, because market could decide to come here, right, and play along and continue moving to the upside. Because why? Trading is reactive and not predictive. So we put our take profit in a safe area. Don't be greedy. 3-to-1 risk reward is okay in the market, or you target this what low before this other block. So on GBP USD, this is my setup on GBP USD. And if the market decides to do otherwise, we still have Wednesday. I will still update you people on next thing to expect in the market. So this is what I have on GBP USD. Then GBP, okay, Euro GBP, I have a very good setup there again. On Euro GBP, I explained all the reasons in my previous video. Let's go to 4 hours. Why we should, okay, I think we saw that on 1 hour. Yes. Why we should be expecting the market to start buying from this particular order block. Let me delete this first. Why we should be expecting market to buy from this order block. The market came down here on Tuesday without tapping in this order block and continue moving to the upside, which we caught this trade though with our entry model, different entry model, which I will not be talking about much here. And the market gave us this 3-to-1 risk reward here before we started seeing other movements to the downside. And on Wednesday, I explained all the reasons why you should not be taking this as a strong low, right? Why? Because this move to the upside, it didn't create any high. It didn't take out this high. I explained all the reasons why you should be very, very careful with this movement to the upside. What happened? Market came down, right? Running it out, then tapping inside this our order block that gave us this powerful trade, right? To the upside at this particular place. First of all, we targeted our 3-to-1 risk reward here, and the market gave us this beautiful 3-to-1 risk reward. But if you had held your market, it will still give you this 6-to-1 risk reward, which is very fine. So in Euro GBP, what are we expecting? Now, looking at this right now, this low again that tapped inside this order block did not create a new high. Rather, it is not giving us equal high, which I know the market will come back to take out. But in this particular situation right now, we don't have any valued entry. Now, when we go to 4 hours, you will now discover that this market is actually in ranging phase. And when market is in ranging phase, anything can happen. So what do? You stay away from this particular Euro GBP for now. But if you must trade it, then you should have something in mind. Now, as you can see, this market is currently in a bullish movement, right? Creating this external high, and this external high was fueled by this low. And this low swept this what? Liquidity here. So we are taking this to be our what? Strong low. So we should expect the market to come inside this particular place before we start looking for any other what? Buy. Despite we still have a very good order block on 1 hour. But one thing that you have to understand, despite I say this in my mentorship class, but let me just talk about it now. When order block is being tested couple of times, or whenever market comes close to it couple of times, that order block becomes weak. It may not hold again. So we could be seeing this market going below this before we start seeing any other movements to the upside. So in this particular place, avoid this particular place. The market is not giving us any other strong entry, because on these 4 hours, we are not seeing any valued entry, any valued order block. All the other blocks here are invalid. When we go to 1 hour, let's see. It's not giving us a very good order block also. Order blocks here are invalid. If we refine a low, we could see a valued order block here, but I'm not going to take that kind of risk because the market is in ranging phase and anything could what happen. So Euro GBP traders, be careful and know how to approach this particular what market. And lastly, we have gold setup on gold. So let's go to gold. Now, looking at gold, we see that gold is in a very bullish momentum, right? And when the market is in a very bullish momentum, what do? You look for opportunity to continue taking the market today upside. So let's have that in mind and drop down towards 1 hour. Now, on 1 hour, everything seemed quite what's interesting. And remember, I've said this a couple of times, whenever a market moves to the downside, is moving to the upside without that loss, taking any liquidity, market always come down to take it out before continuation. And that's exactly what the market has done. But looking at this right now, let's refine a little. Then looking at this, we see that the market just took the liquidity without closing below it. And this particular place gave us a wonderful trade because we were expecting this low to be cleared. When we go to 15 minutes, we will see that order block below this particular below this particular market. Is it 15 minutes? Let me see, 30 minutes. Where did we see that order block? I think that should be 5 minutes. Let me see. Yes, fine. So we saw this beautiful order block on 5 minutes there, right? We knew that immediately this, we knew that immediately this low is taken out. The next thing that will happen is that the market will react from this beautiful order block on 5 minutes. So what did we do? We now placed our order at this particular place, put our stop loss below, considering that the stop loss was just little, then we targeted this particular high first, 3-to-1 risk reward, because we saw that reaction at that particular place, and this market closed beautifully on Friday. So the remaining move to the upside, we did not care more about it again. So this was the trade we caught on Friday. But what are we expecting here now on gold? Now on gold, when you move, let's see, okay, let's check something on daily. Okay, just a minute. Okay, now when you look at this, you will discover that this market reacted from this fair value gap created on daily charts, and the market just came inside this fair value gap and continued moving to the upside. Then looking at this also, we have another fair value gap at this particular place, right? Some of the candles that we are seeing did not balance well on gold. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The only valued order block we are seeing here is this, right? On daily. But I'm not expecting gold to come to this place for now because of the kind of bullish movements that we are seeing and experiencing here. But let's go down to 4 hours. Okay, let's delete this. Then let's delete this also. Then looking at gold though, I think we should be expecting more bullish movement, but my challenge now is that this is a very bad bullish candlestick, right? Which I'm not going to talk about here. Then, but let's go to 1 hour. Then yes, on 1 hour, everything is now very, very much interesting. Now on gold has given us this wonderful M pattern for pattern traders, but I'm not gonna be talking much about it. After M pattern, what happens? Market always go to this particular place before continuation to the downside, but trading is reactive, not predictive. So what are we looking at right now? Now, when you watch very well, we have this other block here, right, on 1 hour, because when you look at the at gold right now, this is the only unrelated candlestick in this particular movement, this and this, but this one has been filled, remaining this one. Then when you look at the downside, you will discover again that we have a very good order block here now. So what do we do? Now we have this order block. I want you to look at something carefully. Look at where this market started coming down from. You will discover that every order has been filled apart from this particular one here. All the orders, even this order block, filled this order. Only this one is yet to be filled. So, and whenever you see any order block with fair value gap, it is always very, very strong. And below here, we are seeing this order block. Let's move down to lower time frame to see if there is something significant we will see. We can't see something significant here. Rather, we can now still refine if we want to something like this. So as this market is going to close, I am expecting gold to at least go and test this particular place before we start seeing any other thing. Even though it will continue going to the downside, I think it's going to start coming down from this particular place. But gold is still in a very bullish momentum, but we are seeing M pattern candle right now, and we are seeing order block here and another order block below. So we should be looking at this particular place. If gold eventually breaks and close above this, then we should wait on retest or sweep of liquidity and continue taking it to the upside, or we look for that change of trend when market comes to this particular place to continue taking it to the downside. But gold right now, everything is not that defined. But for me, I think I will be looking for order from this particular place first, right? That's order block. I'll be looking for a very good order block at this particular place. Sorry, a very good movement to the upside at this particular place, at least to go and fill this order block before anything. Market is not giving us a very good order block on lower time frame. So in this situation, we will just wait for the market to give us a very good valid entry for us to take it to the upside. Please be careful with gold. Gold is very, very volatile. So you have to wait, seek confirmation before taking it to this upside, right? Or you wait and see what the market is going to do at this particular place before you continue trading gold. But for me, this is a very good setup that I have, because whatever gold is going to do is first going to come to this particular place before doing that. Why? Because this is a very good break of structure to the downside here, right? And market created this break of structure without this high that created it sweeping any liquidity. So we should expect this liquidity to be taken out before we start looking for any other opportunity to the downside, right? And the market is still moving up, which means there is possibility for the market to come down to this particular place, right? And change trend. Then you look for opportunity to the upside. But remember, trading is reactive and not predictive. So this is my setup on gold for this week, but we are going to wait to see what gold is going to do. And on USD JPY, this is my setups on USD JPY, and we are going to wait and see what the market is going to do. And on GBP USD, this is also my setup on GBP USD. Then on Euro GBP, we are going to wait because nothing is defined here. Market is ranging and trading ranging market sometimes is very, very risky. So we are going to see what is going to happen. Then on Euro USD for Euro USD traders, right? Now, we don't have clear setup on Euro USD, but let me just quickly say something about this. This was a trade that we caught last week on Friday. Then remember, I told you people that if Euro USD successfully close above this order block, that we should look for buy to the upside, and Euro USD close above this order block. Let's go to 15 minutes. Immediately it closed above this order block. It gave us this good order block that we are seeing at this particular place. So we placed our order at this particular place, put our stop loss below this low here, and targeted this high, which gave us this 5.1 risk reward trade and second TP at this particular place, because I told you people in my previous video that this particular place, that if markets eventually close above this, you should be looking for continuation to the buy to this order block. And that was exactly what the market did and gave us that beautiful trade. And something happened on Euro USD, right? Now, when you look at it, you will discover that in my previous video, this was the order block that I gave, but the market ran it out before continuation to the downside. This is why I always talk about waiting for change of trend. What happened? The market decided to use all this block as its order block, as order flow. Look at that order flow there. Look at that order flow there. He used it as its order block, but the market still gave us what we needed. So that's why it's always good sometimes not to be aggressive trader. Just wait for change of trend. But in this particular place right now, things on Euro USD is not clear, right? Because the market have started moving to the downside. But in this market, we are not seeing any valued order block. So that's why I'm kind of skeptical in this particular trade. But you should wait for maybe change of trend, or come in here, give us change of trade before you continue taking it to the downside, because we are still expecting this market to come down. Remember, we still have open order block here on daily. Let me go to daily. We still have open order block on daily here. This market is currently reacting from this, and this heavy rejection and sell is a sign that the market will continue moving to the downside. So in this particular place also, we have a very good order block here, which market could come to and continue moving to the upside. So we don't know currently on Euro USD. Then if you are still going to look for sell opportunity, because I'm expecting this market to still sell, but there is no place to continue taking it to the downside. But if you must be looking for opportunity, then be looking opportunity in this fair value gap, this particular place. So let's go to lower time frame, right? Which means we should be expecting this liquidity here to be taken out, because that liquidity is a valid break of structure there. It gave us a valid break of structure before creating that liquidity, but on higher time frame it's not defined. So you could be expecting something like this. On 5 minutes, I'm seeing a very good order block, but this is Euro USD. I can't make use of it there. So you could be expecting something like this though, but trading is reactive and not predictive, something like this. But you have to be very, very careful in this trade, right? You just got to be very, very careful. So this is what we are expecting here. The first take profit should be 3 to 1, right? Second, then you can target this low that market had already given to us for the week. So these are my setups, and I just be careful in the market. Trading is reactive and not predictive. Then if you are getting value in my analysis and you have seen what we are doing and you want to take your trading journey to another level, you can enroll in our mentorship program. The link is in the screen in the description below. You can click it and DM us, and we'll get you started so that you can analyze, understand the chart, trade like us. Have a wonderful trading week ahead, guys.